Folks, hello and welcome to Tavern Chat. I am your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR. And why the hell do I have a Kindle Vella titled Deep Penetration up on the screen when you were expecting Dave Johnson, right? You were expecting something Star Frontiers related. Well, apparently, Dave has at least one pen name, and he writes erotica. Uh, um,
Everybody wants to embrace their feminine side.
so apparently, Dave walks. I don't know how he identifies, but in any case, or they identify. I should be more accurate.
It's okay.
Uh, Deep penetration is written under the pen name Stella Le Trois et Toils. I have no.
Toi.
Whatever. Listen,
The three stars.
the three star. Yeah,
Stella, the three
Stella,
stars.
the 3 stars. I'm not even gonna venture a guess as to why it's 3 stars. Um, I could,
But
but
just you wait.
just you wait because you might find out.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do a somewhat dramatic reading, but a critical reading. I am gonna point out the complete lack of self-awareness, editing, proper tense, all the wonderful stuff that you would expect to be taken care of in a work of fiction that is attempting to be professional. And by the way, if you look at this, it's a 5 star rating with 1 rating, and I'm going to point out something when we get to it. So this deep penetration exclamation point. This lady is tough, hot, and she's a member of ASCO, the
Look out.
the ultra secret independent intelligence agency whose cover organization, Lowly Insurance Company, Lowly Insurance Company, all capitals, called Complex Risk Management LLC, which is correctly whatever, of Atlanta,
Ultra super secret.
Georgia, sent her all over the world to save democracy from leftist lunatics who want to kill freedom and stop a girl from having fun. She's in it up to her chest with action, intrigue, bonding. Shouldn't it be like end bonding? I don't know. No,
Bonding.
bonding. We're all gonna
Uh,
bond together right now over me. All right, no small parts. So, uh, let me live my fantasy. That's another line from a song. Let me live. Whatever. Anyway, chapter 1. Let me live my fantasy. Somewhere in the hills of England, 4,183 miles from freedom. Freedom! The Ajira R screamed down the hill and rounded a curve, fishtailing. The driver's, black fedora fell abruptly onto the floor, where it lay under the gaze of the car's passenger, a Chinese man in an Italian raincoat. He regarded it for a moment, then an evil sneer spread over his stoic features. At length, he lifted his foot carefully and jammed it into the center of the hat. It was symbolic. A last defiant blow struck the filthy Western world. Wouldn't it be struck against the filthy Western world? I mean, I'm not trying to be well, I guess I'm being a bit of a critic. That was a really painful paragraph to read. But it gets worse. Trust me, folks, it does not get better. The Asian man knew he was about to die. Perhaps he had 2 minutes to live. Glancing behind him, he saw the black car bearing down. The car twisted again, and the Asian man thought of Beijing. The Ajira R quickly turned, striking a large pothole and skidding across the road. English roads were abused. No, sorry, observed. Because they probably were abused, but the study of rain is ridiculous. Semicolon.
Wait, is that what he said?
I'm putting the punctuation in, I'm putting the, because there's no reason a semicolon should be there.
Hmm.
The steady rain is ridiculous. The English are ridiculous. They deserve to be killed and forgotten. China will be the dominant power in the world. We are the most powerful country ever. Yes, thank you for the diabolical laugh, Rich.
You're so welcome.
The strikingly beautiful American woman, having regained control of the car, looked at her hat. What'd you do that for? She said. It was new and her personal favorite. I've only worn it for a week, she stated. Well, actually, but it's an exclamation point at the end of that, so it wouldn't be a statement, it would be an exclamation, right? She exclaimed. And now you're going to have to forgive me, folks. You're going to have to forgive me. I am going to be reading this verbatim, or verbatim if I was Dave. So I'm going to be reading this verbatim. Forgive the choice of language. It's not mine. The Chinaman shrugged.
Ooh.
Now that it was nearly over, he felt a desire to commune with his enemy. He put his hand inside his raincoat. The beauty tensed. Had she missed a gun when she'd frisked him? The Chinaman, again, folks, not my words, took out a white paper sack. Care for a rose or a rosé? I'm not sure which. He took out a white paper sack. I don't know if he's pulling out roses. Maybe. All right. That's painful. And we're nowhere near done yet. I'm sorry. And we might not get through all 3 sections of chapter 1 because I might have to tap out for what's left of my sanity. 3 days earlier, 1900 hours local, Atlanta, Georgia, USA. The room was bustling with activity as the workers walked to and fro. Semicolon. The door opened and a shapely figure stepped in. Hello there, said a man walking towards the door. How can I be of service? The lady looks at the man with critical discernment and says, there's a problem with this whole thing. I'm going to have to stop out. I'm stepping out of this dramatic reading, and I'm going to be critical. We're talking past tense. Now we're going into the present tense, and we're going to go into the fucking past tense again. He can pick a fucking tense. All right? I wasn't an English major. I was a history major, but damn, you wrote enough papers to get yelled at for about keeping in a proper tense. Sorry. The lady looks at the man with critical discernment and says, I'm looking for Gary Fox. He is expecting me. The man gestured towards the door, towards the brown door on his left. Thank you, so kind of you, she said. As she walked through the room, every man looked up and watched her walk to the door. As soon as she knocked, they averted their eyes in a hurry. To say she is a vamp is an understatement. Janelle, codenamed Cox Teagues. Croucher. Wait, hold on.
But I don't know if
Hey, here, let me get this. I'm gonna have a little problem with this sentence here. So just so you, Janelle, code name Cock Teagues, Croucher, is a knockout. Perfect everything. Just like Anna Constance. Who the fuck is Anna Constance? We don't know. The two are rivals when it comes to work, and they're men. Still don't know why this person's getting thrown into the conversation. Okay, hold on.
Oh, he's introducing a rival.
A rival.
It's gonna be a cat fight.
Gonna be a cat fight, yo! The door opened, and sitting at the desk was an older man. He has a pale visage, a short goatee, and a close haircut. Some gray showing, but a handsome man just the same. Hello, Cox Teagues, he said. Well, hello to you too, Pestle. Why is he, all right. She replied, let's have a seat and talk. Please close the door. I don't know who said that, but I'm assuming it's Gary. Gary looks up at Janelle and says, "Here is your eyes only folder of your mission. You need to commit this to memory, Janelle." "Mina," she retorts. All right, so now she's got her third fucking name. All right? She's Cock Teagues, or maybe it's her fourth name, right? She's Croucher. She's Janelle, and now she's Mina.
Confused?
Yeah. "Mina," she retorts. "Pardon?" "Mina. I'd like to be called Mina," she said with a smile. She noticed Gary looking queerly at her chest. "Something wrong?" she exclaimed. "I've seen that car before." What?" It reminds me of another officer, that's all. Sorry," he said. Looked at her chest, and he says he's seen that car before. All right.
And
Who?
they're indoors, right?
Yes.
So weird.
Who? It's not important. Let's just get to work, shall we? This mission is very important to our republic and our NATO friends. The CCP is gaining traction with the third world. We need to disrupt their italics influence operations at all costs, said Gary. Now this is where, if you're looking at the page right now along with me, you're like, well, now why is this like, I don't know, weirdly centered? Because I guess when he was formatting, he fucked up his formatting. The mission is to penetrate the CCP's Central and South America operations deep enough to get what we want, specifically Venezuela and Colombia. You are to pose as an embassy liaison officer for the FBI. We have your cover documents from the paper mill. This mission is an operational game to capture a CCP intelligence officer by any means necessary. Secondly, all intelligence he may have or his handlers have. Okay. I'm not yet excited about the story or the sex, but okay.
Yeah, I used to like espionage stuff.
Well, local coffee shop in Atlanta, Georgia, 2,000 hours. So, or 2,000 hours. Yeah, I've been retired for so long, I can't say it right. "Hi, Chanel. I mean, Mina," said the barrister. "I'll have my usual, please." "Sure thing," he said. All eyes were on Mina, because that's her new name, right? As she walked towards the middle table to find a chair, music started to play, and the song seemed too relevant. "Just What I Needed" by the Cars. Her hair. Thank you. You can do the background, Rich. Her hair draped over her right shoulder allowed the eye's easy viewing of her shapely buttocks. Moments later, she sat at the table and opened her laptop. She looked up just in time to see a familiar face walk on the door. It was Gary Fox from the office. He stepped up to the counter and ordered, and then he turned around and noticed Mina sitting alone. She motioned for him to sit with her with a smile. Moments later, he sat at the table. "Hi, Mina. Don't you have an early flight?" he said. "Oh, you know I do, Gary," she said with a smile. "Can you help me pack? I also need clarification on some of the itineraries at Italics, my place." Gary gave her a look. "Really? You need me to help you pack?" "You know that I do. I can't do this myself. Italics, really need to talk to you also. Please," she said. So now I guess we have like an interlude. Inside the apartment, and we don't have a timestamp on this one. Inside the apartment of Janelle Croucher. So wait a second. Her name is Janelle. Why was it?
Janelle Croucher is her
Full-
government name. It's her legal name.
It's her legal government name, but it's up. Oh my God! That's never
And
mind.
Mina, I guess, is I don't know what that is.
It's how she self-identifies as.
And she's.
But it's not her code.
Cocktease or something.
Yeah, but yeah, Cock Tease is her code name. Oh my God! All right,
But you'll find out she's not a cocktease.
she's not a Cock Tease, yo. Inside the apartment of Janelle Croucher, or Crocker, whatever. The mood is somber, and Mina is sitting on her bed drinking a glass of wine. Gary steps in with the bottle. You know, Mina, all is going as planned. Your contact will be on time, and I have personally arranged. Sorry, I have. Oh my God, this is another one. I have personally arranged your studio apartment in Bogota. Folks, the word should be arranged. Instead, it is like you were arrested
You're being
and
arraigned on charges.
you're being arraigned on charges in front of a judge. We're gonna have you arraigned in your studio apartment. It'll be a bedside arraignment. Don't
I
worry.
was just gonna ask.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll take care of your arraignment right
You'll
at
be arraigned
before you even
Okay.
land at the embassy. You'll be arraigned. We'll have you in cuffs. It'll be awesome. You know where the embassy is, he said. Gary, I have a bad feeling about this mission. The Chinese MSS have heavily infiltrated the area in Colombia and especially Venezuela. They're expanding their influence. Okay. Mina looked at Gary with a small grin and winked. Let's go to bed. She's concerned, right? Let's go to bed, said with a smile. I can't think of anything better to do to get my mind off of trouble. She got up and walked over to the door, quickly locked it, pulled the shoulder straps off, and the dress dropped to the floor. Bum, 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 bum. Gary's eyes widened. He knew. Oh my God, this is an awkward sentence to read, but he knew she is a knockout. No, he knew she was a knockout. You don't. He knew she is a knockout, but seeing is believing, and his heart started to palpitate. He looked upon the majesty of a perfect 38, 24, 35 measurement.
Little in the middle, but she got much back.
Now, folks, I confirmed this with Rach during our initial reading through of this, and any woman who actually wrote this would not be including measurements in.
No.
She was buxom. Her bottom was full bodied. Her waist was thin yet succulent. Whatever. A woman.
Right, it would have been so much more descriptive and beautiful.
Now, you also know a guy wrote this because there's no fucking foreplay. Okay? That's how you know this is the ultimate male fantasy. Hey, can we just get down to the deed? I'd like to get down to the deed. All right? So, she said, Gary, let me get to know you before we part ways. A girl needs to relax, you know. She jumped upon Gary's manhood. God bless this guy. He's going gray. He's an older guy. Ready to go. God bless him. Mina, be careful. He said from between his sheets, you're jarring the bed. It's moving. Can't be helped, Mina said, not lessening the passionate maneuvers. Somebody below will be complaining about the racket, Gary said weakly. Can't be bothered, Mina said. This is so not sensual. Her behind jogged up and down against the mattress. Not against him, apparently. Which is awesome. As if twerking.
Because she had so much back that you couldn't see the bottom of him.
Oh! There we go. You see, Dave, we're giving you some hints on how
Mina
to.
is the only one that you could see her ass as she's facing you.
There you go. You see, if you just a few little tweaks and rewrites, it'll be good. Her breasts moved to the rhythm of her thumping thighs. Gary moaned with pleasure. Oof, Gary said, rolling away. Mina cupped her hand under her breasts and pointed her nipples at him. Now, by the way, you notice that there's nothing about her pleasure here, right? This is just an observation as a male, right? Usually, it's the woman reaching orgasm. That's none of that here. None of it, right? So now Gary apparently did, right?
Gary's done.
Gary's done. He moaned with pleasure and oof. Okay.
Off you go.
Taking his cue, Gary kissed them, meaning the nipples, suckling as if a newborn baby. Moments later, He climbed atop the writhing seductress for another round. I'm gonna call bullshit.
I don't think I would use the newborn baby.
No, that's not a no.
Kind of
it's like weird.
It's a little bit of a vibe kill.
Yeah, like yeah, no, not like a newborn baby. No. Maybe maybe a cat suckling. No. Maybe a pussy cat. No. Maybe none of that. Maybe not a comparison that you want to make. But listen, he just came to his manly end. He's gray now. I'm gray. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna call bullshit on this. All right. That now I know Dave is gray, and this might be Dave's fantasy. Maybe Dave sees himself as Gary. Maybe. All right. But trust me. You're counting the next round in hours at best. It might be a day. I don't know what to tell you, man. But it isn't 30 seconds. Okay. Those days are about 30 years past. So, in any case, God. We're trying to get back to where I was. Then for a long while there was a silence except for the squeaking of the bed and the scraping of its legs against the floor, as it migrated in the course of Mina's activities. I thought he was the one that went. All right, whatever.
Wait a minute.
He climbed on top.
Oh, so there's some little blue pills at work here.
That's
why the guy he can keep going
because it never ended.
He's gonna need to go to the emergency room. That
excuse me, sir. Nurse.
The trucker ends. They're in the ER.
Nice. Listen. I've got a problem. It's a large. Well, it isn't a lot. It's not a large problem, but it's a problem that won't go. Listen.
It's significant.
It's significant. I'm afraid because all my blood is going to one place and I've got nothing left in the rest of my body.
Poor bastard.
After one last bounce, Mina grasped Gary by his arms and trembled and shook. Her eyes rolled back as she called out his name. This is definitely a Dave fantasy. Sorry, Dave. Sorry for blowing up your spot. Okay? But, yeah. No. A note from the author. Well, this is going to be good, right?
Uh-oh.
The team is designated for a penetration mission deep behind enemy lines. They are to gain some piece of intelligence, but to do so, they may have to bring someone out or discover something so deadly they may need to destroy it or get it back with them. This is the second story in the ASCO series. That is just a horrible paragraph.
Was that supposed to be a tease for the next chapter?
They can
to hook you in and ugh.
So I want to just
so sexy.
I want to show you the one review. So for anybody doubts that Dave actually wrote this, the one review is from Dave Films US, right? Oh, gee, Dave, one of your accounts. I can't wait for more. Mina is an awesome character. Okay, well, I'm sure when Dave gets his energies back, we'll get more of this. And I'll be happy to do a dramatic critical reading of it, even though I got to take a shower after this because not because I'm aroused.
It was that hot?
No, I feel that disgustingly dirty. And the poor grammar and sentence structure was like, oh God. So, folks, I know this is not what we normally would cover. I understand that, but this is the person, the main man. If you don't count Justin Lanasa, right? And we already know how Justin can write. So now you know what to expect from Dave Johnson, as Dave whips out his Johnson and gives us. Star Frontiers, New Genesis, or would it be New Genitalia? I don't know. Maybe that should be like the new Star Frontiers fiction line. Star Frontiers, new genitalia. And then he can write his spy thrillers set in the Star Frontiers universe. I know they're going to want to write fiction for it, right? Because they're going to have to monetize their IP.
It's an endless well of
it's an endless well of something. I don't know. I don't really know what, but it's a well of something. Oh, jeez. All right, folks. Listen, I apologize. This was not your normal fare. It went long too, so this is what TSR has in store for you. Come on. If you can't laugh, you'll have to cry. Listen, as always, we're in the midst of the world of COVID. It is wrapping up. It is not what it was. However, it is still out there. You theoretically, assuming you're not Dave, you're not Justin, I'm going to assume that you have common sense. All right, they might need actual instructions, but if you have common sense, you should know what precautions that you may or may not need to take based upon your risk factors and where you live for COVID. All right, just figure it out for yourself, man. Other than that, be safe, be well, God bless, roll those dice, and please forgive me for this. I kind of didn't know what I was doing. Well, I did. And it was fun. But man, it was. Ugh! All right. I'll be back again tomorrow. Live stream, 8 p.m. with the Random Generated Party. And Saturday, 8 p.m. with my lovely wife, Rach. We're going to be doing Gamers Health. I'll see you guys then. Laters.